A pleasant good day to everyone. I am Dr. Corazon Biong and my co-researcher, Professor Dalton Ace Tero. We are from Mindanao State University, Iligan Institute of Technology, Philippines. We are going to present to you our research entitled The Effects of Modeling on Children's Engagement in Sports and Physical Activities in Iligan City Schools Division, Basis for Intervention Program. Next, please. Sports engagement and physical activities participation among children are believed to be influenced by the models in his environment. One, parents. Parents who are the children's first teachers in the homes. Teachers who are the children's models in PE classes in schools. Coaches who are the children's models in sports and physical engagements, both inside and outside the schools. And his peers, whom the children would like to be imitating their friends' behavior. Next, please. Our study is anchored upon the following theories. Albert Bandura's social learning theory, Bronfenbrenner's ecological theory, Jean Piaget's cognitive development theory, and Lev Vygotsky's scaffolding theory. For the conceptual framework of the study, next please, our dependent variables are children's engagement in sports and physical activities. These are the types of sports and physical activities, frequency of engagement per week, intensity of exercise, and the time spent on the chosen sports and physical activities. These are believed to be affected or influenced by their models, the way they participate or engage in sports and physical activities are actually the effects of their models from teachers, from parents, teachers, coaches, and peers. The moderating variables of our study are age, gender, height, weight, health status, socioeconomic status, personality type, community sports and program availability, frequency of sports media exposure. With the interplay of the variables in this schematic diagram, we have proposed an intervention program as an output of the study. For the research methodology, next please, we use the descriptive correlational research design. And then out of the 6 private and public schools in the division, 200 pupils were randomly selected to serve as respondents of the study because these are the children who are engaged and participate in sports and physical activities. Then we apply the simple random sampling for the selection of the respondents. And we made use of survey questionnaires and Likert scales for our research instruments. Now, I would like to give to you the virtual floor to my co-researcher, Professor Dalton Ace Tero, for the discussion of the results and findings of the study. Sir?
Thank you so much for that, Dr. Biong. Now I present to you the results and findings of study. On the age of respondents, there were about 62% who were in the ages of 10, 11, and 12. And the 38% are 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 years old. On the gender of the respondents, 51% were male, 49% were female, meaning both male and female participated in sports and physical activities. On the health status of the respondents, 76% were not experiencing any illness and health challenges. The rest, 11% for allergies, asthma 10%, and CHD 3%. On the socioeconomic status, 95% belongs to the average and above average, while only 5% are below average. Meaning, most of the respondents are capable of purchasing sports equipment and facilities in engaging sports and physical activities. On the personality type of the respondents, 77% are extrovert, meaning these are the children who loves to play with group, and the rest are introvert and ambivert. On the belief of the respondents, 53% were implicit, meaning that they participate in sports and physical activities because they love to do it, and nobody told them to join or do it. On the other hand, 25% were explicit, meaning that they participate in sports and physical activities because they were told to, just like their parents. They tell their children to participate in certain sports because it is good for them, and 22% for both. Now, for the frequency distribution of the respondents' profile, we have here the community sports facilities, community sports program, and sports media exposure. Majority have agreed that there were sports facilities in the community, while 68% disagree, or 68 in numbers. On sports program, 105 agreed that sports program were conducted in the community. And on the sports media exposure, majority are on sometimes because they are pupils, so that they can sometimes watch televisions with their families, especially on weekends. Moving on to the modeling and influence on CESPA. As you can see, all the models are influential to CESPA. The parent, the teacher, the coach, and peers, they are all influential to the children's engagement in sports and physical activities. But although parents, teachers, and coach and peers have influences on the children's engagement of sports and physical activities, however, when the variables were correlated using Person R statistical tool, it was found out that the parental modeling is no longer significant to children's engagement in physical activities, while the teacher, coach, and peer modeling were significantly related to CESPA. On the aspects of teacher as a model, only the time spent in the chosen activity was correlated with CESPA, meaning the longer the time the teacher spent in the sports physical activities, the more they see their teachers engage in sports, the more the children engage in sports and physical activities. Moving on to the aspect of peer. On the peer modeling, only the intensity and time spent were related to CESPA, meaning the more they see their peers intensify in their participation, the more time is devoted in sports and physical activities, the more the children intensified and engaged on sports and physical activities. Interestingly, among the four, the coach has the highest effect on CESPA, or on the children's engagement in sports and physical activities. On the following variables: first, the type of physical activity, frequency of engagement. The more the frequent they see their coaches engage, the more they model their coaches. And in the intensity of exercise, the more the intense the coach participated in the physical activities, the more the children intensified their engagement. And the last is the time spent in chosen time in sports activities. The more, it means to say that the more the coach spend time in engaging sports, the more the children engage into it at the same time. Now, to the relationship between CESPA and moderating variables. The moderating variables and the type of physical activity. Findings revealed that the height, the health status, and the socioeconomic status had a significant relationship with the type of physical activities. Letter B, moderating variables of an intensity of exercise. Findings revealed that height, weight, and socioeconomic status had a significant relationship with the intensity of exercise. And lastly, the moderating variables and the time spent in the chosen activity. Variables age, height, and, and height had significant relationship with time spent in the chosen physical activity. In general, age, height, weight, health status, socioeconomic status had significance with the children engagement in sports and physical activities. This means that the more they have height, the more they are able to choose which sports and type of physical activities. The more they are healthy, the more they can participate. The more they have money to buy sports equipment, the more they will engage in sports and physical activities. On the intensity of exercise, the more they have better heights, the more they engage. They have an ideal height, the more they will participate. Similarly, the more they have money, the more they engage in the intensity of the exercise. And on the time spent in the chosen activity, the more they age as they mature, the more they participate. Moving on to the relationship between models and moderating variables. In the parents, finding revealed that health status and frequency of sports media exposure had significant relationship with parental modeling. On the teacher, community sports program and frequency of sports media exposure had significant relationship with the teacher modeling. For the coach, findings revealed that height, health status, and frequency of sports media exposure had significant relationship with coach modeling. And on the last model, the peer, the age, the frequency of sports media exposure had a significant relationship with the peer modeling. This could mean that although parents are not significant to the CESPA or the children's engagement in sports and physical activities, but they were able to provide proper nutrition, vitamins, and technology tools necessary to access sports television channels. As to the teacher, it could mean that the teacher had community involvement through school extension programs to encourage the children to participate in sports and physical activities. As to coach, the more height the children have, the more they participate in the sports and physical activities. The more the healthier they are, the more they participate. And of course, through sports media exposure, they are motivated to participate more in the sports and physical activities. And as for the peers, it could mean that that age having a significant relationship with the peer modeling serves as a determining factor to CESPA as these children belong to the same group or the same age level with their peer group. For the conclusion, it can be concluded that all the models, the parents, the teacher, the coach, and the peer are influential to CESPA. However, among the four models, only the coach model had a very high impact to CESPA because the children have more time with their coaches. They always see their coaches intensely involved in sports and physical activities. On the other hand, children seldom see their parents involved because of busy workloads and business. Although they see their teachers perform sports and physical activities in their PE class, but only for a limited time because in the Philippine curriculum, it's only 1 hour in a week for the for the PE classes. Children observe their peers playing with intensity. Then they would be influenced to do the same vigorous activity. And among the moderating variables, frequency of sports media exposure had the highest and the greatest effect because of the advanced technology. The gadgets, televisions, and internet connections were present in their houses. As Brenner's bioecological systems theory that coach, teachers, peers, and the most of all, the parents, as the sphere of the child's holistic development, parents, despite their busy schedule, must spend more time to their children when it comes to engagement in sports and physical activities. For the recommendations, number one, parents must give time to serve as role models to children's engagement in sports and physical activities because they are the first models that children emulate according to Brenner's ecological theory. Future researchers to conduct a follow-up study employing more respondents in the other schools. Number two, coach being influential in the study must be made aware to increase empathy to both children and parents, link with them to engage in sports and physical activities, and build a stronger bond by performing children and parent and coach activities. Number three, teachers as secondary parents must play their roles as secondary parents by encouraging the children to participate in the sports program, schools program involving the sports and physical activities. Number four, peers, despite their young age, must be provided with freedom to go along with friends in their sports and physical activities engagement, but of course, under the supervision of the adults. Number five, but not the least, of course, home recreation programs conduct family sports and physical activity programs and physical awareness in barangays, in the community, co-sponsored by the government agencies, Department of Health and Wellness, Gender and Development, and of course, MSU IIT. That would be all. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Dalton A. Tero. Thank you for that very nice, lengthy discussion. Now, I would like to turn over to the organizer of this conference. Thank you very much for allowing us to present to you our research in the Philippines. Thank you.